What's going on, guys? What's going on? So something I want to speak about today is relationships. Now, am I an expert? Absolutely not. Have I had experience? Absolutely. And a few things that I've learned in my own experience is what I want to give you guys, which turns experience into wisdom and what I would have been told when I was younger when it comes to relationships. Just rocking this. I'm about to go to a coffee shop, hit up some leads, we'll grow the business, and coach some people. So one thing when it comes to relationships that I've learned is, number one, having clarity on what you actually want and don't want. And so recently I've been just intrigued with the fact of like understanding more about relationships. So our parents are the first two people, if you grow with two parents, that you see in a relationship, right? Growing up, you see mom and dad interacting and how dad treats mom and how mom treats dad. And if you grew up with a single family, like home, single, parent home, that's what you see. And so we don't get to pick the cards that we're dealt with, all right? But as we grow older, we do get to choose who we listen to, all right? There's a saying that we don't get to choose our parents, but we get to choose who we listen to. And so I'm hoping that can shine some light on you when it comes to relationships, because they are the biggest part of your life at one point. Other than a man's mission, a relationship and your partner is a huge part of your life. And it can make or break you for a period of time. And so throughout my experience, growing up, my dad never gave me the best solid relationship advice. And it was like more so like, hey, like have 2 or 3 girls in rotation. I was like 15 years old. And so some of the relationship advice that I've been researching, because I want to know more. The beautiful thing about the internet is that you can, in the palm of your hands, you get to decide what you want to watch. You can learn anything you want. Anything. Now, a lot of people don't. We tend to watch things that are entertaining. People tend to watch things that are entertaining. So I've been researching a couple like TED Talks. I like TED Talks. Highly recommend TED Talks. So I've been watching TED Talks on like relationship, and there's a few questions that came about when it came to relationships and what to ask when you're looking for a relationship. And it kind of like, it surprised me, and it made me happy to find these things out because I never knew them. So a few questions, one of them being like, what are my boundaries? And I got kind of stuck on those. Like, what are my boundaries? And it came down to like not being told what to do. I'm not a person like, hey, don't do this. I'm like, no. You don't want to tell me what to do. There's different ways that you get somebody to do something. And for me, my significant other needs to understand how I listen, how I work, and my boundaries are like, don't tell me what to do. And if you want me to do something, learn how to tell me what to do. That's the best way I can put it, Make sense of it. Don't tell me to stop working. I know how much I want to work, and work is my purpose in life. My purpose is to be a great man, and part of being a great man is being a provider. And another boundary of mine would be just boundaries are something you can't cross. I haven't really thought about a third one, fitness. Don't tell me to stop working out. Like, fitness is my thing, I guess that'd be a boundary, but like, I'll talk about that later on. So the first one is your boundaries. What are your boundaries? Where can your partner not cross the line that is important to you? Yelling at you, hitting you, obviously, but like, you see what I'm saying? Number 2 would be, what are your values? What do you value? Integrity, honor, honesty, commitment, loyalty, faithfulness. I think these are pretty common, but they're just, you need to know your values. What do you value in a person? How they treat you, how they treat other people. That's a big thing. Are they kind to other people? What do you value? What are your values, characteristics, morals and things like that. So I'm still learning, But this is so important to look into, especially if you're going to spend a lot of your time with somebody else or looking for somebody else. What I've also learned is we tend to find people just because we feel like we like them. And as you get older, I'm 29 now, as you get older, you start learning that you have to be very wise on who you pick. As you're younger, you pick more of like, ooh, she's pretty, or he's good looking, we like each other, we have chemistry. As you get older, you start realizing, and some people never get to this point, they still vibe off that. They still vibe off of, ooh, I like her, she likes me, and there's no deeper connection than that. You start getting to a point where a smart relationship is like, hey, what are your goals? Where you want to go in life? And do our goals and values and morals align? And so our values, that's a huge thing. What do you value in a person? Which leads to number 3, non-negotiables. So you got to have non-negotiables. One of my non-negotiables is God. Like, you have to have God in your life. If you don't have God in your life, then it's going to be it's just a kind of a deal breaker, non-negotiable. Like, God is number one in my life, and if we can make him number one, then that's all that matters. Non-negotiable, got to work out. Non-negotiable, kind, like non-negotiable, like God, working out, and supportive. You got to support me what I'm going to do. It's going to be tough. And that's where you have a partner in life too, to help you, support you through the rough times, So, and another one is the fourth one. The fourth one is, how do you want your partner to communicate love to you? So how do you want them to communicate love to you? Communication can be word, and that's where you kind of find out your love languages. I believe there's 6 love languages. There's words of affirmation, there's quality time, there's physical touch, there's gifts and services, gifts, buying things, and there's acts of services. Acts of services is like doing things for you, cooking for you, cleaning for you, getting something washed for you, doing laundry for you. Like, these are services, And the 6th one that I like to add is sharing music. I believe music to me means a lot. I think music is the universal language of love. Everybody listens to music. There's music that makes you happy, cry, sad. So I think like somebody sending me a song and I vibe with it is huge for me, because I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Like, you kind of like, I think music speaks to my soul. And so if you're able to find music that I like, and you send me music and it speaks to my soul, we're on a good, that to me, because you find, you ever find a song and you listen to it all day long, until you get sick of it. That's kind of how it is with me and music. So someone sends me a song, I'm like, wow, I love you. And I would say for guys, like, listen, your purpose in life is everything. Your woman is going to test you. Your woman is going to test you. And even though I'm not in a relationship right now, I've had many relationships. I've been in a lot of situationships, and I've learned, and I've read books, and I've listened and studied. And one of the biggest things I've taken away from a book called The Way of the Superior Man is that our mission is our biggest purpose in life. That's why I'm so purpose driven with my mission, with my business, with helping people, because that's the most important thing. And I've had some people on TikTok who say, hey brother, I want to stick to my meals, but my girl wants to go out and have a couple of drinks. I'm like, look bro, you are the leader. You are the leader of this relationship. If she wants to go out and have a drink, but you have these goals of being shredded, getting bigger, staying on track with your workouts, then you can go out, but stick to water. You don't have to tell her to stop, but lead by example. Be the leader. Show her there's another way. If she's like, oh, come have some drinks, I'm like, no, I'll have water. Your woman wants you to lead. She doesn't want you to bend or break for her. You lead the pack. You be the man. And so don't be afraid to be like, no, I'm good. Be like, hey, you can have your fun, but lead. People want to be sober. Like, truthfully, if you enjoy your life, you don't need a drink, you're living a good life. And I'm not saying you have a terrible life because you want to drink. I'm just saying, like, I don't drink and I'm happy. I'm drinking, I'm fucking excited about my life. I can spend a Friday night either playing some chess or coming up with ideas or just going towards my goals. So understand that a woman wants a leader, a man that can lead her and her family everywhere to a destination, to show her an adventure, to protect her. As a leader, you should be able to protect, defend, adventure, and be able to help her out when she needs it. And the way she treats you is just by being caring, nurturing, kind, soothing. Because when we're at war, we don't want to have war with our partner. We want our partner to help us during the war, So just understand relationships are a huge part of your life. And wherever you are, you can always learn more about communication. You can learn more about how to be a better partner, be a better man. And being a better man is like cutting away at your vices, things that, just be a good man. If a man is right, it's well to be right. Be a solid motherfucker. And you will find a good woman, but you also have to say no to the bad women. The bad women are also tempting, very, very tempting. So you have to watch out for that. You have to know what you're looking for. And that's why you have what are your boundaries? What are your values? What do you value? Your non-negotiables, and how would you want your partner to communicate with you? Love languages. So just remember, again, relationships are super important. You're gonna have them all everywhere, even with just friends. Know how to communicate, know boundaries, all these things. Love you guys. Have a good day.